Artificial superintelligence is coming. Sam Altman stated, "It is possible that we will have superintelligence in a few thousand days." This is an absolutely insane statement here coming from the CEO of OpenAI, and it comes from his new blog post titled The Intelligence Age, where he talks about what he thinks the future will look like in the next couple of decades and the unimaginable ways in which AI will benefit humanity. Next, Meta introduces Orion, what they believe to be the most advanced pair of AR glasses ever made. I would definitely agree with that belief. These are by far the smallest, best performing AR glasses we've ever seen. In this video, we'll take a look at some of the things you can do with these and why this truly marks the start of a new era. Lastly, there was a ton of major news surrounding OpenAI this week, from the CTO Mira Murati quitting seemingly out of the blue, to the rollout of their advanced voice, to Sam Altman literally teaming up with the guy who designed the iPhone to create a new device powered by OpenAI's models. In this video, we'll cover all of it, as well as some other big stories from this week that you may have missed. So Sam Altman is kind of known for writing these insightful and almost outlandish blog posts about the future, like this one from 2021 titled Moore's Law for Everything, where he discusses the exponential rate at which AI is advancing and the ways that it will drastically change our society. Now, he recently posted a new one titled The Intelligence Age, and there's a ton of sections and paragraphs I want to go over, but this video would simply be way too long, so I'm going to try to give you guys the main takeaways here, and I highly recommend you read it in full yourself after watching this video. I'll make sure to link it in the description. So it starts off by saying, in the next couple of decades, we will be able to do things that would have seemed like magic to our grandparents. This phenomenon is not new, but it will be newly accelerated. People have become dramatically more capable over time. We can already accomplish things now that our predecessors would have believed to be impossible. We are more capable not because of genetic change, but because we benefit from the infrastructure of society being way smarter and more capable than any one of us. In an important sense, society itself is a form of advanced intelligence. Our grandparents and the generations that come before them built and achieved great things. They contributed to the scaffolding of human progress that we all benefit from. AI will give people tools to solve hard problems and help us add new struts to that scaffolding that we couldn't have figured out on our own. The story of progress will continue, and our children will be able to do things we can't. So, as he states, this phenomenon is nothing new. Some of us have seen it with our own eyes, going from a world with no internet and no cell phones to what it is today. And the rate at which this technological change occurs continues to accelerate. He further states, "It won't happen all at once, but we'll soon be able to work with AI that helps us accomplish much more than we ever could without AI. Eventually, we can each have a personal AI team full of virtual experts in different areas working together to create almost anything we can imagine. Our children will have virtual tutors who can provide personalized instruction in any subject, in any language, and at whatever pace they need. We can imagine similar ideas for better healthcare, the ability to create any kind of software someone can imagine, and much more. With these new abilities, we can have shared prosperity to a degree that seems unimaginable today. In the future, everyone's lives can be better than anyone's life is now." Then, in probably the most mind-blowing paragraph of the blog, he says, "Here is one narrow way to look at human history. After thousands of years of compounding scientific discovery and technological progress, we have figured out how to melt sand, add some impurities, arrange it with astonishing precision at extraordinarily tiny scale into computer chips, run energy through it, and end up with systems capable of creating increasingly capable artificial intelligence." This really makes you think for a second. I mean, humans are really good at adapting and getting used to things, and now that advanced technology is literally all around us at all times, we tend to forget just how magical devices like our cell phones are and where they came from. Further, he states, "This may turn out to be the most consequential fact about all of history so far. It is possible that we will have super intelligence in a few thousand days. It may take longer, but I'm confident we'll get there." So this is actually crazy. A few thousand days equates to roughly 5 to 10 years. I know a few could technically mean anything, but I'm just going off what dictionary.com says. Also, it's important to note here that he's talking about artificial superintelligence, ASI, not artificial general intelligence, AGI, which refers to a system that is as good as the average human in most tasks. ASI, on the other hand, is a system that is better than humans at every single task. Of course, AGI comes before ASI, so if Sam Altman is expecting ASI in a few thousand days, then when is AGI coming? That's what I want to know. He also mentions here, how did we get to the doorstep of the next leap in prosperity? In 3 words, deep learning worked. In 15 words, deep learning worked, got predictably better with scale, and we dedicated increasing resources to it. So it really might be as simple as that. We've discovered deep learning, and now all we gotta do is feed it more resources. Then to close it off, he talks about some of the unimaginable benefits we could potentially see with AI in the future. This is the type of stuff that really gets me excited, as you can probably tell from my channel name. He states, "I believe the future is going to be so bright that no one could do it justice by trying to write about it now. A defining characteristic of the intelligence age will be massive prosperity. Although it will happen incrementally, astounding triumphs fixing the climate, establishing a space colony, and the discovery of all of physics will eventually become commonplace. With nearly limitless intelligence and abundant energy, the ability to generate great ideas and the ability to make them happen, we can do quite a lot. So we're definitely entering into some very interesting times, and while OpenAI seems to be at the forefront of this revolution, high-level executives continue to leave. OpenAI's CTO Mira Murati recently posted this letter to Twitter where she states, "After much reflection, I have made the difficult decision to leave OpenAI. Our recent releases of Speech-to-Speech and OpenAI o1 mark the beginning of a new era in interaction and intelligence. Achievements made possible by your ingenuity and craftsmanship. We didn't merely build smarter models, we fundamentally changed how AI systems learn and reason through complex problems. I'm stepping away because I want to create the time and space to do my own exploration. For now, my primary focus is doing everything in my power to ensure a smooth transition, maintaining the momentum we've built." So she doesn't give us much information here. It doesn't really make sense to me why she would leave OpenAI at this time when they just completely changed the game with their newest o1 models. OpenAI's valuation has also skyrocketed and they're raising more funds than ever before, yet people continue to leave the company for often controversial or mysterious reasons. Like for example, Sam Altman responded to Mira's tweet, and in one of the paragraphs he states, "When Mira informed me this morning that she was leaving, I was saddened but of course support her decision." Like, how does he only find out that she's quitting the morning of? Unless it's been a long time coming or something, but I don't know, it just seems like something is off at OpenAI. There was also this tweet that Elon Musk commented on that I thought was pretty funny. It's a picture of Sam Altman with Mira Murati, Greg Brockman, and Ilya Sutskever, and as you go through them, they slowly disappear one by one just like they did in real life, and Sam Altman is left all on his own. Now, before we get into the other OpenAI news, there were some other big stories in AI from this week that we have to cover, starting with Meta's new AR glasses.
This is Orion, our first fully functioning prototype, and if I do say so, the most advanced glasses the world has ever seen. They're not a headset, no wires, less than 100 grams. They need wide field of view, holographic displays, sharp enough to pick up details, bright enough to see in different lighting conditions, large enough to display a cinema screen or multiple monitors for working wherever you go, whether you're in a coffee shop or on a plane or wherever you are. And you need to be able to see through them. And people need to be able to see through them too and make eye contact with you. Right? This isn't pass-through. This is the physical world with holograms overlaid on it.
These are actually extremely impressive for the size and weight they are and their massive field of view and performance. I mean, this is really not that far off from what you can do with an Apple Vision Pro, and it's literally just a thin pair of glasses. It's also much more discreet with a wristband to detect your motions no matter where your hand is. There's a ton of use cases and new possibilities that open up when blending the real world with the digital world in real time, and we're getting really close to developing a product that could be as revolutionary as the iPhone. I don't think we're there yet with Meta's Orion, but it's a major step in that direction. Meta also released Llama 3.2, which now has vision. Today we're releasing Llama 3.2, which includes small and medium-sized vision LLMs 11B and 90B, and lightweight text-only models 1B and 3B that fit onto edge and mobile devices, including pre-trained and instruction-tuned versions. Here's how it performs on common benchmarks compared to other models around its size. The larger 90 billion parameter model seems to be on par with, or maybe even slightly better than GPT-4o Mini. For its smaller 1 billion and 3 billion parameter models that you can literally run on your phone, they're also pretty much on par with other state-of-the-art models their size, but keep in mind they're open sourced. And of course you have the new vision mode, which is nothing new. We've seen these vision capabilities before with other models, but this brings me to the next piece of news. We recently got a new leaderboard to compare AI models, and this one focuses specifically on vision capabilities. It's very similar to the LMSys chatbot arena, which pits a bunch of AI models against each other, and people rate them blindly based on how well they answered their prompt. Here are the leaderboards. As you can see, Chinese company Kling is leading right now, with Luma Labs in second, and Runway not far behind it in third. So we'll definitely be referring to this in the future as we get better and better text-to-video models. On the topic of AI video, a story that many of you probably haven't heard of as it kind of fell under the radar with all the OpenAI news this week, but legendary filmmaker and director James Cameron has joined the board of directors at Stability AI. Now, for a guy like James Cameron to join a company like Stability AI is a huge deal for the entertainment industry. It's a sign that Hollywood is starting to slowly get on board with AI video generation, although I'm sure there's still a lot of artists out there who who despise it. I've been saying this for a while, but we're likely going to see a professionally produced AI movie or TV show anytime now, and whoever does it first is probably going to receive a ton of backlash. We know there's a few other companies working on something like this as well. Just recently, Lionsgate, one of the largest entertainment corporations, partnered with Runway to explore the use of AI in film production. So people are starting to catch on, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see a professional grade, fully AI generated movie within the next 1 to 2 years. Now, getting to some more OpenAI news, they recently announced that they will finally be rolling out their advanced voice to all Plus users. They've also added custom instructions, memory, 5 new voices, and improved accents. By the time you're watching this video, if you're a ChatGPT Plus user, you will most likely have access to the advanced voice. Just open up your ChatGPT app and it should be the first thing that pops up. OpenAI is also working on a new device with John Ive, the original designer of the iPhone. It states here, John Ive has confirmed that he's working with OpenAI CEO Sam Altman on an AI hardware project. The project only has 10 employees currently, but they include Tang Tan and Evans Hankey, 2 key people who worked with Ive on the iPhone. Love from Ive's company is leading the device's design according to the report. And further, as for the device itself, the Times says that Ive and Altman discussed how generative AI made it possible to create a new computing device because the technology could do more for users than traditional software, due to its ability to handle complicated requests. Last year, it was rumored to be inspired by touchscreen technology and the original iPhone. So it appears OpenAI is currently working on the next iPhone type device. We barely have any details right now, but I'll definitely be sure to update you guys if any new information surfaces. In even more OpenAI news, we have an exclusive article from Reuters titled OpenAI to remove nonprofit control and give Sam Altman equity. It states ChatGPT maker OpenAI is working on a plan to restructure its core business into a for-profit benefit corporation that will no longer be controlled by its nonprofit board. People familiar with the matter told Reuters, in a move that will make the company more attractive to investors. So I mean, this is something we sort of knew was coming. There were rumors of OpenAI planning to restructure, and this could eventually lead to OpenAI possibly becoming a publicly traded company. Now, you're not going to believe me, but there's even more OpenAI news that we have to cover from this week. As it says here, OpenAI pitched Whitehouse on unprecedented data center buildout. Following a recent meeting at the White House, which was attended by OpenAI Chief Executive Officer Sam Altman and other tech leaders, the startup shared a document with government officials outlining the economic and national security benefits of building 5 gigawatt data centers in various US states based on an analysis the company engaged with outside experts on. To put that in context, 5 gigawatts is roughly the equivalent of 5 nuclear reactors, or enough to power almost 3 million homes. OpenAI said investing in these facilities would result in tens of thousands of new jobs, boost the gross domestic product, and ensure the US can maintain its lead in AI development, according to the document, which was viewed by Bloomberg News. So this is pretty insane, but it's not something we haven't seen before. Just recently in my last video, I talked about Microsoft's 20-year power purchase agreement with Constellation Energy to reopen one of the nuclear reactors on 3 Mile Island, which may sound familiar as this plant was responsible for one of the largest nuclear accidents in US history, called the 3 Mile Island accident. There's actually a US governor that's attempting to fast-track this project in order to get this plant up and running as soon as possible, given how important the AI race is becoming. I'm not going to go through the letter, but I'll make sure to link it in the description if you want to check it out in full. Back to the article though, it further states, Joe Dominguez, CEO of Constellation Energy Corp, said he has heard Altman is talking about building 5 to 7 data centers that are each 5 gigawatts. The document shared with the White House does not provide a specific number. So we're talking about insane amounts of power here, like literally enough to power multiple large cities combined, which sounds crazy, but if we refer back to Sam Altman's Age of Intelligence blog post, as it states, in 15 words, deep learning worked, got predictably better with scale, and we dedicated increasing resources to it. That's really it. Humanity discovered an algorithm that could really truly learn any distribution of data, or really the underlying rules that produce any distribution of data. To a shocking degree of precision, the more compute and data available, the better it gets at helping people solve hard problems. I find that no matter how much time I spend thinking about this, I can never really internalize how consequential it is. So it actually makes sense why AI companies are now turning to nuclear energy. It truly feels like we're in the endgame now, and the last thing we have to solve is the energy constraint. Lastly, to end off the video, we have Google announcing some updates to their Gemini 1.5 Pro and Flash models. Today we're releasing 2 updated production-ready Gemini models, Gemini 1.5 Pro 002 and Gemini 1.5 Flash 002, along with 50% reduced price on 1.5 Pro, 2 times higher rate limits on 1.5 Flash, and 3 times higher on 1.5 Pro, 2 times faster output, and 3 times lower latency. So not only are they faster and cheaper, but they also perform slightly better on most benchmarks. It's nice to see Google continuing to improve their current models, but we still haven't gotten any news about Gemini 2 yet, which should hopefully be releasing by the end of this year. Anyways, that's all the AI news for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please feel free to leave a like. And as always, if you want to stay up to date on future AI news just like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button.